Hey guys, what's up? It's Sarah. So tonight we are going to read. I don't know yet. Let's find out. I was gonna read. I found a really cool book that I want to read, but it's not in Braille, and it's not audio, and it's not Kindle, and it's really annoying. So yeah. So let me get us on here. And let me put this back up and turn on the lights. For some reason, we're not in a good spot here. I don't know why. Huh, okay. Let me get my reader. And we shall read. Okay. Hold on. I gotta mute my speech. Whoa. There we go. Now we don't have any speech to bother us. So now let's decide what to read. Let's see. What do we have? Let's see. Let's see. I'm looking for a good book that I want to read. Some of these books didn't work out and it sucks. In the kitchen. Oh. Let's read In the Kitchen. Okay. Start. Crickety crackety, eggs in a cup. Whirling and stirring, we mix it all up. 2, 3. Slippery drippery into a pan. Pop in the oven and then out again. Lickety stickety, frosting to make. Yummy in tummy, it's chocolate cake. I want some chocolate cake. Okay. Was that it? No way. What? That can't be it, guys. That's it. In the kitchen. That's it. That's the whole book. Okay. I guess we'll read 2 because that is the shortest book I have ever seen. Let's read Brother Eagle, Sister Sky. And let's see. I remember reading this when I was a kid. Let's see. It's a message from Chief Seattle. This is, we'll stick with our cultural theme, I guess. In a snowstorm and through deep snow, part way up horses' legs, Native Americans are being marched to somewhere. In the foreground, a U.S. trooper in a blue coat, a yellow hat, yellow scarf, and yellow gloves is on horseback bringing up the rear of a long line of Native Americans, some on horses and some on foot. He's carrying a rifle. Immediately in front of him, a Native American woman sits on her horse, swaddled in blankets, looking cold and unhappy. A dog walks beside her horse. The line of Native Americans stretches around the page to the background of the page. Another trooper can be seen at the head of the line. In a time so long ago that nearly all traces of it are lost in the prairie dust, an ancient people were a part of the land that we love and call America. Living here for thousands of years, their children became the great Indian civilizations of the Choctaw and Cherokee, Navajo, Iroquois, and Sioux, among many others. Then white settlers from Europe began a bloody war against the Indians, and in the span of a single lifetime claimed all the Indians' land for themselves, allowing them only small traces of land to live on. When the last of the Indian wars were drawing to a close, one of the bravest and most respected chiefs of the Northwest nations, Chief Seattle, sat at a white man's table to sign a paper presented by the new commissioner of Indian Affairs for the territory. The government in Washington, D.C. wished to buy the lands of Chief Seattle's people. With a commanding presence and eyes that mirrored the great soul that lived within, the chief rose to speak to the gathering in a resounding voice. Let's see. A bunch of images. How can you buy the sky? Chief Seattle began. How can you own the rain and the wind? My mother told me every part of this earth is sacred to our people. Every pine needle, every pine needle, every sandy shore, every mist in the dark woods, every meadow and humming insect, all are holy in the memory of our people. My father said to me, I know the sap that courses through the trees, as I know the blood that flows in my veins. We are part of the earth, and it is part of us. The perfumed flowers are our sisters. Skip the pictures. Okay. Still pictures. The rocky creeks, meadows, the ponies all belong to the same family. All are wearing beaded collars around their necks, long, wide beaded necklaces, and decorated moccasins. The voice of my ancestors said to me, the shining water that moves in the streams and rivers is not simply water, but the blood of your grandfather's grandfather. Each ghostly reflection in the clear waters of the lakes tells of memories in the life of our people. The water's murmur is the voice of your great-great-grandmother. The rivers are our brothers. They quench our thirst. They carry our canoes and feed our children. You must give to the rivers the kindness you would give to any brother. The voice of my grandfather said to me, the air is precious. It shares its spirit with all the life it supports. The wind that gave me my first breath also received my last sigh. You must keep the land and air apart and sacred, as a place where one can go to taste the wind that is sweetened by the meadow flowers. When the last red man and woman have vanished with their wilderness, and their memory is only the shadow of a cloud moving across the prairie, will the shores and forests still be here? Will there be any of the spirits of my people left? My ancestors said to me, this we know. The earth does not belong to us. We belong to the earth. The voice of my grandmother said to me, teach your children what you have been taught. The earth is our mother. What befalls the earth befalls all the sons and daughters of the earth. Hear my voice and the voice of my ancestors. Chief Seattle said, the destiny of your people is a mystery to us. What will happen when the buffalo are all slaughtered, the wild horses tamed? What will happen when the secret corners of the forest are heavy with the scent of many men. When the view of the ripened hills is blotted by talking wires, where will the thicket be? Gone. Where will the eagle be? Gone. And what will happen when we say goodbye to the swift pony and the hunt? It will be the end of living and the beginning of survival. This we know. All things are connected, like the blood that unites us. We did not weave the web of life. We are merely a strand in it. Whatever we do to the web, we do to ourselves. We love this earth as a newborn loves its mother's heartbeat. If we sell you our land, care for it as we have cared for it. Hold in your mind the memory of the land as it is when you receive it. Preserve the land and the air and the rivers for your children's children, and love it as we have loved it. The origins of Chief Seattle's words are partly obscured by the mists of the time. Some call his words a letter and some a speech. What is known is that Chief Seattle was a respected and peaceful leader of one of the Northwest Indian nations. In the mid-1850s, when the government in Washington, D.C. wanted to buy the lands of his exhausted and defeated people, he responded in his native tongue with a natural eloquence stemming from his oral tradition. His words were... Okay, it just talks about who transcribed it. I thought you'd be interested in a piece of history. So that is Brother Eagle, Sister Sky. I remember reading that in class. It's probably not the most fun book, but it's good to learn about cultures and different stuff. And it's good to learn about the Indians as well, because it's a big part of our history. So, yeah. I hope you guys like that book. And I will talk to you later.